Today's topic, what is biomes? Well, biomes is pretty much a habitat where certain different environments and animals live. So, without further ado, let's get started with this biomes project about biomes. Yeah, woohoo! So our first biome is going to be permanent ice. Pretty much polar bears and seagulls and penguins and lots of fish. It's a pretty nice place. It's pretty cool, pretty cold. Usually in the northern parts, like the North Pole or Antarctica, that kind of thing. It's pretty neato, pretty cool place.
So I need you to work on that.
Yeah, it's permanent ice.
Today.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, so I can get an idea. Maybe
Yeah.
what we have to do is we have to switch this up, change it up, and maybe we
Cool
have to
place.
do a pamphlet or something.
Next up is the boreal forest. It is usually found across places like Oregon or British Columbia. Possibly places like, oh gosh, I don't know. Anyway, some of these natural animals include bears and pretty much bears, beavers, maybe moose, maybe deer, that kind of thing. Almost like a Bambi setting. So it's a neat little forest. Yeah. Wolverines. Next up is the tropical forest. This is found more, of course, across South America. And, go down much more to the south, you get snakes, you get bugs, you get maybe some tribes that haven't discovered the New World, or even the New Wheel. It's usually found across the south. This is pretty much the closest logical thing to a jungle. It's usually found across the South Americas. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Sand. Next up, we have the desert. Usually lots of scorpions. No, not the band. Some hot, hot place. Very hot. Usually found across some states. Canada. It's a pretty patchy area, so it's not really a common ground. The west has a lot of desert. Anyway, snakes, rattlesnakes, scorpions, maybe some rabbits, some mice, some rats, moles, that kind of thing. It's a very hot place. Don't really want to live there. Very hot place. Next up we have the tundra. This is where the caribou, maybe a bit of polar bear live. It's usually found in such areas like the Yukon or like the Northwest Territories. It's a pretty interesting place. It's more up within like the northern, usually of Canada. Canada. It's quite the place. Yeah, Canada. Yeah, caribou, seals, polar bear, pretty cold. It's like a mix of boreal and mountains. Next up we have the deciduous forest. It's a pretty typical Canadian place. Usually found on places like Vancouver Island or maybe like downtown Vancouver. If you're in the right direction. It's a pretty cool place. I got lots of deer, the beavers, maybe some elk, moose, bears, wolverines, that type of thing. It's a really nice place to go. Deciduous forest. Yeah, deciduous. And then finally we have the prairies, usually found within the Manitoba or Saskatchewan suburbs area. It's usually in Canada. They've got some in like Wisconsin or Kansas, in the United States. Too many prairies on every other side. Lots of homes to many animals, maybe like some snakes and some rabbits. It's quite a very lukewarm place. Good for growing crops, that kind of thing. So that wraps up my biomes presentation. Yeah, thank you all for